Hey everyone, Richard Razor Sharp here, and if you saw my last video, you will know that I went and bought a official certified Wahl Vapor clipper. Had my eye on this clipper for a while from when it came out and when it was announced and such, but I never bought one because I've invested quite heavily in the Babyliss FX1 system in the last year. But I was quite tempted by this clipper based on the text and specs, etc. And then, as you know from the previous video, I was able to pick this up for cheaper than getting it at the full recommended retail price. And if you want to know how, go and watch my last video and you'll know that. But I wanted to do a quick video to give you my thoughts on it after using it for a few weeks with different clients. Just wanted to give you kind of my breakdown. This isn't going to be like your text and specs, it's just going to be what I think about it, and then I will give it my personal score out of 10. Okay, so my first initial thoughts on the clipper was I love the way it felt in the hand, felt really comfortable. I love the rubberized grip. That's definitely a feature I'm a fan of. So yeah, like that rubberized grip, felt great in the hand. I like the bail arm, felt really smooth and nice to use. So then when it comes to cutting, what I will say is I think this is a fading beast. In terms of clippers, I've fallen in love with this clipper. When it comes to just doing fade work, it's so powerful. It's got that, was it 8,000 RPM motor, and this just chops through hair so quickly. Yeah, I've used it on a couple of clients who have very thick, very dense afro hair, and it's cut through it like a knife through butter. It's actually reduced my cutting time because of how quick it is, how powerful it is, how efficient it is. I've been able to just go through hair so much quicker and been able to do fades faster. So that's my first kind of feedback on the Wahl Vapor. The next thing is the zero gapping on this is really good. The blade, it just cuts really tight. So for example, usually I'll use a trimmer to put in that skin line. I've not even been using a trimmer. Once again, that's also saving time. I'm literally just been able to, I zero gapped it, have the bail arm closed, and I can just put in that skin line with this clipper, and it does a fantastic job, and it does it very quickly because of how powerful it is. So it's for fading. I have to say, at the moment, of the clippers I have and my range of clippers, this probably right now is my number one for fade work because it's just so powerful and so quick. What else have I learned about it since I've been using it? Some people had commented about, the blade maybe getting hot because of how powerful the clipper is. Now, they did have a point there, but what I've found to be the key to this clipper is making sure the blades are well oiled. If you have the blades well oiled, I actually find it doesn't get too hot quickly. I've experienced that with other trimmers before and other clippers before, but I found as long as you oil this well, and Wahl do give guidelines in terms of how to oil it. Some clippers just say, clipper companies just say, just drop 2 bits of oil at the end of each blade, sorry, at the end of the blade, and that's enough. Well, Wahl actually say you should oil it more. They say you should do the end, the middle, both ends and the middle of the blade, as well as just doing the bottom sides of the blade as well. But yeah, I found oiling it properly definitely helps in terms of keeping it cool when you've got a motor that is so powerful. If it's not well oiled, that friction will quickly begin to generate a lot of heat. So yeah, make sure if you're getting one of these, oil them well, and then you'll find it doesn't get too hot. And I've used this on a cut where I was cutting, for example, 45 minutes, and I was able to take the guard off, put the blade against the skin, and it wasn't burning a customer. It wasn't too hot because it was well oiled. Right, try to think anything else that I would say in regards to clipper. Oh, the charge time's great. Definitely good charge time, say an hour to get it fully charged, and I've not needed to do an hour because I don't let it run flat. But yeah, really good, really good charge time. So, who would I recommend using it on? Well, I've mentioned about fade work, and I'd say fade work across all hair types, but I'd say particularly if you're dealing with people with dense hair, whether it be afro hair, thick afro hair, or even say Chinese European clients who have thick hair, this is going to be great for it because it just cuts so well. What I would say is, I might go as far as to say this clipper isn't someone who's like a novice, because if you're trying to do fade work, because it's so powerful and it's so sharp and so precise, if you've not got a steady hand, you could very quickly make a mistake. So I'd say this is probably definitely more for the more experienced barber or someone who does their own home cuts, but you've been doing it for a while. I'd say this is for that customer. But yeah, my initial feelings is, I love it. It's great. The blade's great. It's sharp. It's powerful. It's helping reduce the time of me cutting because I'm not even having to use a trimmer. I'm just going in with the baler arm closed, putting in that skin line, and it's cutting through the hair quick. So I am a big fan of the Wahl Vapor. If I was to score it, I will give it a score of, at the moment, I'd say a solid 9 out of 10 is what I would give for the Wahl Vapor. So that's my thoughts on it. If you've got one and you've used it, let us know your thoughts and your feedback in the comment section. But until the next time, guys, take care of yourselves. Peace.